They say some places never forget. The walls hold secrets. The air carries whispers of the past. Tonight, we take you deep inside Blackwood Asylum, an abandoned psychiatric hospital with a sinister reputation. A place where the echoes of tortured souls still linger, and one voice, in particular, refuses to be silenced. Some call her Eleanor Reeves. Others call her something far worse. This is the whispering ghost of Blackwood Asylum. The asylum's dark past. For over a century, Blackwood Asylum stood hidden behind the thick pines of Ravenhill, a small town with a history as dark as its skies. It was built in 1894, originally meant to house the mentally ill. But like many asylums of its time, it became a prison of horrors. Patients were subjected to lobotomies, electroshock therapy, and chemical sedation, treatments that were as cruel as the disorders they claimed to cure. By the 1960s, Blackwood had earned a chilling nickname among the locals, the House of Echoes, not just because of the screams that reportedly escaped its walls, but because of something else, the whispers. Among the hundreds of patients locked away in Blackwood, one name has endured in whispers and forgotten records: Eleanor Reeves. She was admitted in 1952, diagnosed with severe auditory hallucinations. She claimed she could hear voices, whispers, calling her name. But here's where it gets unsettling. Eleanor didn't just hear voices. She repeated what they said, word for word. Nurses wrote that she would whisper in perfect synchronization with something unseen. Even when locked alone in a room, she would hold full conversations with the air. And then, in 1965, Eleanor Reeves vanished. One night, during the harsh winter of 1965, Eleanor was locked in her room, as always. But by morning, she was gone. Her cell was still locked from the outside. The window was sealed shut, untouched by dust or frost. The door was bolted. There was no way she could have left. And yet, she was gone. The only thing left behind was a single phrase, scrawled into the wooden walls with bloody fingernails. "Can you hear me?" After that night, Blackwood Asylum shut down within months. The official reason? Structural decay and unsanitary conditions. But the staff whispered a different reason. Eleanor Reeves never left. 4 decades, Blackwood remained abandoned. Forgotten. But not empty. Urban explorers, thrill seekers, and paranormal investigators all reported the same eerie phenomenon. A voice. A whisper, calling their names. Some claim they heard it just behind them, but when they turned, there was no one there. One explorer, a YouTuber known as Elliot Graves, documented his terrifying experience in 2017. His video, titled "I Spent a Night in an Abandoned Asylum," became infamous, not because of what he saw, but because of what he heard. Halfway through his exploration, Elliot stopped in a dark corridor, his flashlight flickering. Then, on camera, a soft whisper came through the mic. "Elliot, can you hear me?" He ran. 3 days later, he deleted his channel and vanished from social media. To this day, no one knows what happened to Elliot Graves. One of the most disturbing pieces of evidence comes from Blackwood's final night in 1965, the night Eleanor Reeves disappeared. During routine checks, a nurse left a reel-to-reel tape recorder running outside Eleanor's door. The intention was to capture any strange behavior. But what it recorded has never been explained. For the first 4 minutes, the tape is silent. Then, at 4:03 a.m., a sound emerges, a faint, rhythmic whisper. The voice grows louder. Urgent. It repeats one chilling phrase. "Let me in. Let me in. Let me in." At 4:07 a.m., the whisper changes. The voice becomes clearer. It's Eleanor. But the voice isn't coming from inside the room. It's coming from the other side of the recorder. From the empty hallway. The final second of the recording contains a sudden burst of static, followed by Eleanor's last words ever recorded. "Can you hear me?" Then, silence. To this day, no one has solved the mystery of Eleanor Reeves. Some believe she was a victim of the asylum's cruel treatments, her disappearance covered up. Others think she became something else. A legend? A lost soul? Or something far more terrifying? Something that whispers. Something that waits. But here's the part you should remember. If you ever visit Blackwood Asylum, and you hear someone whisper your name, do not answer. Because some voices, once heard, never leave you. If you found this story chilling, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to uncover more mysteries and horror stories. Have you ever experienced something you couldn't explain? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, some whispers are never meant to be heard.